MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Networks.
I'm David Kano with Film on TV's MMA Now. And right now, I'm joined with UFC middleweight King Kevin Casey.
What's up?
Kevin Casey, how you doing, sir?
Excellent, man. Thank you for having me on the show. Appreciate it once again with the network.
It's great. UFC 199 is going down this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
In your hometown. You're on that card. Did you ask for this fight? Is this a fight you wanted in your hometown?
As soon as I found out that they were having a UFC at the Forum, I spoke with my management, Ed Soares, and he spoke with Joe Silva and made it happen, man. So I definitely feel blessed to be on the card, and Inglewood is my birthplace and my hometown, so that's where I'm from, man. So I feel like everything is coming full circle, and just even having the opportunity to fight in the Forum for the first event, man, and be in my backyard, I feel blessed and I'm excited about it.
The Lakers used to play there, so you're fighting in a place that has a lot of history and it has a lot of a big backstory to it. Does that add to the excitement of the fight for you?
100%. Like, I grew up, literally, I went to elementary school. The elementary school I went to was across the street from the Forum, and I lived in an apartment that was right across the street from that. So it was a normal occurrence for us to see some of the Lakers at the gas station. We used to pump their gas, and they give us some change, when we were kids growing up. So now to be a professional athlete myself and be on the highest level and be able to compete inside the Forum, I'm definitely gonna put on a show.
Do you remember any of those Lakers that came to the gas station at all?
No doubt, man. The great Magic Johnson came through. He came to the elementary school. Eldon Campbell. I mean, there was a list of them. The gas station was the only one in the area, so
And Magic
they
went
came
there.
over there. I saw Magic Johnson at the school. He
Okay,
came to
he
our
came to school.
school, and I saw a few other ones at the gas station quite frequently.
Now, they refer to Inglewood as the Wood. Is that correct?
Yeah, Inglewood is known as the Wood if we're using slang terminologies.
Is there a particular reason why they call it the Wood, other than it being part of Inglewood?
I think it mainly has to do with the whole Inglewood and just cutting it short, and probably because most of the people that come out of that city are hard.
Now let's talk about the city being hard. It has a usual. People look at Inglewood as maybe not being the best area in town, and I think Mac 10 is from there and certain other. How was it growing up? Is it as hard as people think it is from the outside?
Honestly, there were things that I saw over there that I felt like were negative. Some gang violence, some shootings, things like that. I wasn't in the worst part of Inglewood, and at the same time, the city has done a lot to do some building in the area, and they've really increased the value of the area. So Inglewood is just really on now the Rams, I believe, are going to be in Inglewood. So Inglewood is on the rise, and everyone knows about Inglewood. So now it's finally getting its dues.
Now, how were you able to stay away from the negative attention and the gangs growing up?
I stayed focused on sports mainly, and I had a lot of examples of what I didn't want to do. You feel me? Because some of my uncles were involved in gangs, and I saw them when they got shot or things like that, and I knew that was a path that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. You feel me? So sometimes when you may not always have a positive role model to tell you the right things to do, but sometimes you can see where other people go and you know what not to do. Feel me?
Now, is there more pressure on you, more nervousness because this is in your hometown, right across the street from where you grew up?
No, man. I mean, I feel completely relaxed. I don't have to fly on the plane. Everywhere that I've been eating and going to the gym are my local spots. So I feel at home right here. So he's coming in my opponent is coming into hostile territory, trying to come in my house and take something from me. So.
Now, is this a dream? Did you ever envision this as a kid growing up, that you would one day be performing, be fighting, be putting on a show at the Forum?
I never dreamed it, because at the time when I was younger and I was into martial arts, the UFC wasn't around, so there was no platform for me to express fighting. Fighting was always something that got me in trouble growing up. So until I was in early ages of late like early high school, late middle school, then I saw some potential when I met the Gracies for a real career at fighting.
Now let's talk about what's been in the news lately. Right now, it's been Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather boxing, something you
Yeah.
know a little bit about because you're married to the greatest ever, Muhammad Ali's daughter. But let's talk about boxing versus MMA. Is this something that's foolish talk, or is this something that you're thinking this is great cross promotional and there's some merit to it?
Well, as far as the aspect of it being I look at boxing as a great sport, but it also has a lot of things that stop it from being a real fight, in my opinion. Because when I think of a real fight, I think of me like me and another opponent doing everything within our power to beat each other, whether that's kick, punch, elbow, grapple, any aspect of fighting. So when you take boxing and you kind of minimize it into just two hands, it becomes a different element of fighting. But I look at it as it doesn't encompass all of fighting. So in my opinion, if any person at the highest level of either sport goes into one that they're untrained in specifically, they won't do well. So in my opinion, McGregor going against one of the best boxers of our era is pretty much a mismatch. The same as if um, Mayweather decided to do MMA against McGregor, he'd get knocked out in the first round or choked out or something like that. So
Would you pay to see a fight like that, Mayweather versus McGregor?
100%. I think that just the fact that MMA has gotten so much attention and gotten to the level is, especially with Conor making the move for what he's done is to bring so much attention to MMA to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather and get a potential payday that no one's ever seen before in our sport. I think that's great. So
How would you see a boxing match going down between them? What happens?
I think Mayweather outpoints him, finesses him. I don't know about a knockout, maybe, possibly, but at the same time, Mayweather's more defensive, and Conor, I think, will come in with a very unpredictable, very unorthodox style of boxing that might give him a little problem.
Now, let's talk about your career a little bit more. A lot of fighters, not a lot, but some fighters are getting into the broadcasting aspect of commentating and doing some analysis. You don't do that so much. You've been in doing rapping in the hip hop industry for the past 10 years. You've had some songs. You had one YouTube video that kind of went viral. I think it has maybe 1 million views or so on YouTube. Talk about your music career and what you hope to accomplish with that.
Well, right now, today I have currently about 2 albums worth of completed songs. I write my own lyrics and perform my own lyrics, and my main objective is to use the platform of mixed martial arts to catapult my music, to get more mainstream and get my notoriety from fighting, because that's where my passion lies. And music is like a hobby and something that I enjoy to do in my spare time. So, my number one priority is to fight and win. But I think that music and fighting, they coexist. A lot of times when you're training, you have your music. When you walk out, you have your music, and people are always listening to, what is he coming out to? They want to feel that vibe. They want to see that part of your personality. They want to see that part of your spirit. So for me to be able to express myself through my own music without having to kind of piggyback on someone else's music, I feel like that really gives the fans a opportunity to see like the layers that go to me, because a lot of times they just see that one aspect of your personality, and that's the cage person, but that's one part of you. Most of us as fighters, I believe, we have a lot of different layers to us. So my music is something that I'll be able to express myself and be able to get the fans to know in depth who Kevin Casey is.
Now, do you have a certain style of West Coast, East Coast, Southern, or is it like Drake, which is just all commercialized?
You know what? I try not to put myself into a situation to have a label or to be stuck in one kind of genre. So I may make a different song based upon how I'm feeling, just emotionally at the time. If I feel like I'm in a a party kind of mood, then I'll get a track and make a party song. If I feel like a little bit, a little bit down or a little bit, then I might make something that's a little deeper. So, I just want to have no limitations, no boundaries on expressing myself. So anytime you put that boundary on yourself, I think you're limiting yourself as an artist and as a person, as a whole.
This Saturday, are you coming out to your own song?
Yes, sir. The new song, the new creation is called Shine. You know what I'm saying? Listen out for it.
Can we put a little clip of it at the end?
Of course.
And can you give us a little freestyle, or not freestyle, a verse from it, or a freestyle? What can you end with this with?
I'll tell them a little something. Calculated moves, do it ever so smooth. Give a F about opinions, I'm the one that paid dues. Chip on my shoulder, pain made them colder. Your fists in the air, come and move with a soldier. Legacy and melody, grind where I better be. Ain't stunting me, they know about the pedigree. Give you a little something about that.
That right there is King Kevin Casey. I can't do that. I'm not even going to attempt to do that. But that's UFC middleweight Kevin Casey fighting this Saturday at the Forum, UFC 199.
Come see it.
For the name, focus on your hustle, you gon' shine in the game. Let me shine on them. I'ma shine, let me shine on them. I'ma shine.